Do you find yourself looking for ways to maximize your retirement savings throughout the year, but you keep coming up thinking maybe you're not doing everything that you could be? Over the last 12 years, I've had the pleasure of working with hundreds of families on their retirement plans, and a concept that comes up time and time again is the Roth conversion. Hey everyone, I'm Gabe Galanti, fiduciary financial advisor, owner, and CEO of Rockline Wealth Management. And today, I'm going to speak to you about 5 specific windows of opportunity where it might make sense to consider a Roth conversion. Please make sure that you stick around for the last window of opportunity, as it's possibly the most relevant for you watching right now. Now, before I jump in and talk about some of these different windows of opportunity, let's first revert back to what exactly is a Roth conversion. A Roth conversion, simply stated, is the process of taking monies out of a pre-tax traditional retirement account and moving them over to a Roth retirement account. If you're not really sure about the different types of accounts, I'm going to leave a link in the description which is going to explain further for you. Now, something to keep in mind with a Roth conversion is that there will be taxes due on any money that you choose to move out of a pre-tax retirement account over to a Roth. You might be wondering why in the heck you would decide to pay taxes now. And among other reasons, there are a couple that stand out, including the fact that the money will then grow tax-free, and when you take the money out later down the road, there won't be any tax due. In addition, there are no required minimum distributions associated with Roth accounts for the owner of that retirement account. Now, let's talk about a few different windows of opportunity where Roth conversions might make sense for you to consider. The first scenario is one where many people tend not to be too happy or even a bit frazzled, and that is during a market pullback. The thought process here is that the value of your investments might be lower during a pullback, in which case you're able to move over an equal amount of shares which might have been higher prior to the pullback over to the Roth, therefore allowing you to have a lower tax bill, and in the hopes that the market does correct back to the upside, you'll experience tax-free appreciation. The second window of opportunity lies around any potential changes in tax rates. An example here is when you have a potential change in policy or an event that is either going to take place or is set to expire. Consider this, the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. There are multiple ways to have potentially made moves during that time period where taxes might have been lowered, and then the potential expiration where taxes might revert back higher. If you'd like to get an estimate on pre-tax versus Roth retirement outcomes, please feel free to click the link in the description where we have a calculator which will compare the Roth 401k versus traditional 401k and different outcomes. Current and future tax rates tend to come into discussion more often than not, and as always, we do recommend speaking with your accountant. The third window of opportunity is one that I personally find to be very interesting and something I absolutely love to discuss if it makes sense with clients over the time of their planning. This scenario involves passing money to your heirs. Could be used as an estate planning technique, and it involves converting the money and paying the tax now, so when your heirs do inherit that money down the road, number one, not only are the withdrawals completely tax-free as you have already paid the tax, and number two, they are not overburdened by the required minimum distributions that come with a traditional retirement account where they would then have to pay taxes on. During conversation, I do find sometimes this is of great importance, and other times people are not as concerned with passing money on to the next generation. Something I do want to remind you of again is just remember that any money that you convert will require you to pay taxes now. Something I also want to remind you of, which I feel is equally as important, is that you do not have to make one giant conversion at once. You can spread the liability out over a number of years. The fourth window of opportunity is something that some of you may experience during your career, in that you have an earning year where your earnings are a bit less than they are normally. This might be due to something like taking a sabbatical, or just some time off, or even just a lower paying job temporarily. Whatever the reason may be, understanding that this could be a window of opportunity for you could potentially help your picture down the road. This next window of opportunity is one that I feel could be most relevant for those of you watching right now. And a quick side note, for those of you who are unaware, you must currently take a required minimum distribution at the age of 73 from your pre-tax retirement account. At this point, you have to pay tax on the money, and you're then free to do whatever you want with it from there. Now, where the opportunity lies is that for those of you who retire prior to RMD age, could potentially have a number of years where your income is lower. This might allow you, providing it makes sense, to stagger a number of Roth conversions over time. Not only could this potentially help lessen the impact of a large RMD at RMD age, It also, again, will provide you with tax-free withdrawals from the Roth account down the road. And while we're on topic, there actually is another type of Roth conversion in the backdoor Roth conversion, which could allow you to add money to a Roth IRA providing your income is too high to do it in a traditional manner. Please check out the video here for more. Thank you very much and have a great day.